Right, good morning guys. Hope you're doing well. So we've got some testing today. I'm just doing a little warm up before my coach Gerard comes, which you'll soon see. The test is an INSCYD test, lactate testing. How do I explain it a little better? I'm still yet to find out really what that entails, what it looks like. We're just getting ready, getting warmed up, and gonna go to work. Obviously we had that FTP test the other day and we kind of broke it in a way. I don't think he was expecting us to get to that level of what we got to. Hence why he's coming here. We're doing a separate test today, so that's the plan. He'll explain it better, but we're going to war. That's what we're going to do. Had a swim session this morning, really good, 124 split for decreased volume. We're always trying to pull the volume a bit back. We've got a few shoulder niggles and injuries. It's muscular as opposed to joint, so just got to cool this off before we add some more stacking volume onto it. So, and then we've got an S&C session later on today after this. He's here now. Let's go.
Good to show you.
Nice to see you again.
Yeah.
That was a good thing about the test that obviously Dan was with me when we did it. We did the FTP and we got up to what 400 and that was the top level, and we completed it, and then there was just nothing else to do after.
Yeah.
So
It's fine.
is that normal or is that?
I actually haven't. The highest I've tested was 450, so I never thought I'll get somebody that goes beyond that.
Because we thought we could do more after that, didn't we?
Yeah, I thought you could
Don't
have.
worry. I'll find out.
I know you're nervous today, don't worry.
We'll find your limit, I'm sure.
GB rowing. At the end of every erg, or every set in the erg, they come behind us and take a bit of blood from our ear.
No way.
And this is essentially what Gerard's going to be doing now, I'd imagine. He's going to be taking blood at each interval to see where my lactate is.
Yeah, so we're going
To actually measure
I'd
it?
imagine that's what you're doing.
No way, that is
So we have
very
to see how
specific.
quickly the lactate piles up,
Builds.
and basically what sort of tolerance and everything else. You'll be able to kind of know my thresholds and things from this, I'd imagine. And probably is it more accurate test than FTP this?
much more.
So does your metabolic profile, does that build, is lactic resistance, would that build, would it help because he was rowing all those years ago?
Well,
Obviously that was
the thing
high
is,
lactic training.
Yeah, so I expect him to have a massive VO2 max
Yeah.
from the rowing, because he was big to row.
Yeah.
So we'll see what he's made of today. The key is it's a platform, it's a baseline on what we can work off, because you can manipulate the values. So you can improve your fat max, decrease VLA max, see what the VO2 max is, and then we retest. So we give a stimulus, which is certain training sessions, which we're already doing. And then we'll retest in a couple of weeks again, and then closer to the race. Normally, we can test again if we need to, but the idea today is just to get a number, baseline, because it's summer, it's tricky. You have to test clinically indoors at this stage, because outdoors is way too much sweat. And then we need to get good samples, which is what we hopefully will get today.
You can measure his progress on the next, you can see what his increase has been.
We can see what we need to improve on, because he's a big guy. We have to make him as efficient as possible to do full distance. I mean, he's a rugby player doing triathlon, so we need to get him as efficient as possible, because there's obviously a limit of how much carbs you can actually get in your body, which we'll find out. The idea is to get you in that range, what I'm prescribing you, because we want to get a certain lactic level, okay? We'll monitor the heart rate, we'll see the lactic levels. The thing is, when you stop the interval, okay, it's crucial, because the interval is 6 minutes long. It's crucial that you don't move. So if you move, there's more lactic acid that goes through the veins, and then it increases the lactic level. So we'll take multiple samples, not just one. So I'll take it after a minute. We'll see the levels, and then I either test another minute, 2 minutes, or 3 minutes. When I say you're free to move, you can move.
And so how much work are we actually doing? Just so I know how to pace myself.
So we're going to do different percentages of your current FTP. Step one. So we're going to do 6 minutes, and then we're waiting for the curve down. That is what we're after. Then we're going to do 6. We're going to reset you. Reset means we need to get your lactic levels to 2.5 or lower.
Yeah.
That's the baseline line before we start. And then we'll do the second interval, the third interval, and then the last interval is 4 minutes, at least 4 minutes of max power.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting we'll probably go like.
And you're gonna hold it, and you'll control it with me first before we do it, and we'll agree on the number, and then I just do it.
Yeah, and based on the levels and stuff, but that would be your max effort. You should not technically go longer than 4 minutes, because we were looking for max heart rate there and also max sustained power for that 4 minutes.
So how much total work are we actually roughly minute-wise thinking?
Nothing. It's 24, basically 22 minutes
22 minutes of work.
of total work.
But there's rest in between.
But the rest is the
Six.
secret sauce, because that is where we get the curve to see how fast your body clears lactic
So
acid.
the 22 minutes of work, is it, do you say 6 minutes, then what? Sorry?
6 minutes and then complete rest.
Yeah.
Okay, so that I can get samples, doof, doof, doof. I don't know how long it's going to take you to get below 2.5. Then we do just recovery, and then we'll go again.
So 6 minutes, and then 6 minutes again?
Yes. So the recovery period we control based on the numbers of lactic that you give.
Okay.
So
But the 22 minutes, I'm just trying to figure out how the 22 minutes work. 6 minutes, that's 12.
Yeah.
Then
so
there's another 10 minutes of work somewhere.
So baseline is 2.5. Okay, that means lactic levels before we can go to the next step is 2.5. But we're going to test you every minute, a minute or 2 minutes, to get numbers. And as the lactic clears and starts dropping, then we can reset you. And the reset means you're going to spin, clear all the lactic to get it below 2.5.
And then you can do 6 minutes again.
And then again do 6 minutes on a different number.
Okay. And how are you going to figure out those numbers of what we're going to know or do? Because we didn't finish that FTP test. Do you have a rough idea?
Yeah. We use a rough idea.
Yeah.
We can very quickly see it also on your first, on your bike numbers that you've done.
Around Mayhem, yeah.
Prior to this. Okay, low, 1.0, which is nothing. Okay, so you can spin. So we're going 340, are you ready?
1 second.
I'm going 5, there we go.
340, yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Upper body, keep the legs. This is supposed to be hard. You've done this before around Maidan. Now we're going for the real numbers. Should start dropping now. Okay, so we drop.
Good news.
So you can spin, James.
Yeah.
Oh. So just some water, whatever. We want to see it start dropping. So the next thing is to clear it down to 2.5, and we're going to see how long it took to get it down to 2.5.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the next interval. So I'm going to go a little bit lower now because I want a lower lactic number now. We went now very high 5. I want to get a number around 3 to 4, and then I want to get a higher number. So sometimes even if you stop, the lactic numbers increase. Like even me, if I do my max effort for 3-4 samples, sometimes afterwards it's still inclining.
Right,
but if you have a bigger VO2 max, then it normally drops quick. Okay, so this one is going to be easier. So it's going to be 6. Once we get to the baseline, we're going to get an easier number. It's going to be like 310, 300, 310. We can do 310. Okay. Because I want a lactic level for between 3 and 5, so ideally around 4. And your first one on this one was 5.8, so I assume, and it's very close to one another to go metabolically up or down. And then the key would be to control your intensity. That's why the Norwegians are so well trained, because they control their lactic levels. Long runs, hard bikes, hard runs, and that's the thing. Because you can train harder, you shouldn't necessarily train harder.
It's more about like getting through the...
Controlling the effort because you want to train tomorrow again.
Yeah.
You smash yourself in a session now and then you're done for 3 days. Or this heat, you're done for 10 days, 14 days. So you treat heat like altitude.
So stress on the nervous system.
Yeah. And it affects your sleep, your hunger, your diet, everything is influenced by this 2.4. So now you can spin. So that means he's ready to rumble again as a baseline. And now we're going to go for a little bit of a lower number. So on 13 I'll let you go.
On 13.
Just wants to get his mental tunes ready. Running out of blood. Beautiful, 3.9. Just relax, don't screw up my session now.
Easy.
If everything goes well, it should drop now. I suspect that. I'm going to give you another 30 seconds and then I'll test. And then it should be dropping based on what I've seen. It went up. Normally then I retest quickly again because if there was sweat involved, then it screws the test. It's dropping, but wait, I confirm this, so we retest just to make sure. Beautiful, okay, so that one was right, 3.6.
I still remember the day when I was in and out hostel and I was invited back to Home Pierpoint, Nottingham, and my coach was in the room as well as the program director, and they were like, we can't afford to do you anymore, you're gone, you're cut. And I still remember that day, so whenever I get to a dark place to get stuff done, there's certain thoughts I'll pull in, and that's enough for me to go and find that place I need to go to. As a kid, as a 19, 20-year-old boy, it forces you to grow up, it forces you to mature, and it makes you realise as well that your dream doesn't always come true, and you know, that Olympic dream, you realise you're a mere mortal in that situation, or my body failed, my immunity failed, or I was over-programmed, or whatever you want to say, it didn't happen. And then you've got to fail forward, you've got to find a way forward, and you've got to reinvent yourself. That's how character's built. You know, character's not niceness, charm, or talent, it's the compound interest. The aligned decisions you make when it's hard, lonely, and when no one's watching you. And that's what makes people follow you, and that's what builds your character. You can't buy character. I'm grateful everything happens for a reason. You know, I'm now here with G, and I'm loving this process. But this feels like home.
Yeah.
Today feels like a decade.
Very familiar.
A decade ago, I was here. You know, this is it with different stakes.
I can see you getting your blood tested, and you've got a grin here to it. You're smiling because you love it.
Yeah, sicko. Well, I'm not just saying that because he's here, but the detail he goes to compared to what I had 10 years ago. Whole another level. And that makes you worry and wonder, like, you know, a top end Olympic program. So credit to G.
Yeah, how are they not? You think that would be the top tier?
Also, G is 25, 26 years. So these guys, best of the best, you know, so we're in the right place.
Okay.
Let's get to work.
Let's see, what's the number now? Just right left. So we're looking for 2.5 or lower. Almost there.
Close.
Okay. We need a minute or two. We'll retest, we have to, but he cleared it fairly quickly.
Just makes me want to go to war.
Yeah.
I'm just so vivid. I always think of the orange ball. I think of grandma. I think of those moments. And it just makes me go to another place. If we die, we die. Yeah.
The whole point of this test is so we make sure you don't do that, James. It's literally the whole point. To not push too much.
Okay, it should be clear now. 1.7. So that's a
There
big
you go,
jump.
big drop, yeah.
Okay, you ready for 350?
Already, mate.
6 minutes of this. That's it. Not supposed to be easy. So 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 2 minutes. 90 seconds. 1 minute. Hang on there. 1 minute. 1 minute. 1 minute.
Come on.
Stay strong. Stay control.
Easy.
Step really quick. Just 50 seconds. Just 50 seconds. 45 seconds. So let's verify this one. In 20 seconds we'll start seeing the magic. Well done, Ken. Very good. Okay. That was good. That was very good. I'm looking for the baseline number again. spin, still high. So we need more time. We go for 4:05.
4:05 for what? 4 minutes?
Yeah, 3 to 4 minutes.
Yeah.
You change the lap on it, yeah?
In 20 seconds, just find your groove and your space because it's gonna hit you like a train.
Here we go.
10 seconds. Ready and let's go. That's it, just relax.
I want 500. I want 500.
Well done, man.
A lot of them now. So this is your true max heart rate. It's pretty close to what I've seen. Just breathe and relax. Right. Good on you, man.
Stop moving. Stop speaking. Don't do anything.
You can't scratch your nuts. You can't wipe your face. You can't touch your ear. Nothing. So I'll retest in 4 minutes.
Coming down?
A little bit, but we need another one because it went down from the previous one, but it went up from 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So we need to validate.
And that's a nightmare.
This is 8. Beautiful.
There you go.
There we go. Well done. You can cool down. Okay. 8.7.
doing another.
This exact numbers INSCYD gives us
405.
No, so 4 or 5 is just to get your max effort.
So
Because we're looking for the max heart rate, max effort. So it's two things. It's more about getting. You need to still swim because otherwise you won't recover. That's, by the way, why we do recovery intervals to get below. Because lactic acid basically is viscous. It's in your arteries. So you need strong heart pump to clear it out, so that the veins open up. So if you just do an interval of lactic and you jump off and then do a proper cool down, then it sticks in your arteries. And you feel the next morning like stiff inflammation.
Oh, is that why?
That's why after a race, my athletes always train a little bit because you need to recover.
Yeah.
And with Ironman, the biggest mistakes people do is that race week, after race week, they just do nothing. They just drink beer and have burgers and chips. I've done that as well, and I can tell you, the recovery is horrible after that.
Would you say that with your coaching style, you make amateurs feel like professionals, you train them like professionals, and that's your kind of philosophy, right?
I was neglected as an athlete from a coach, so I know how that feels. So I'm trying to be the difference, but obviously there's limitations. You grow up as well, and then you realize, damn, you cannot give so much of your time anymore. And now I understand why other coaches advised me years ago, don't overcoach, because it affects you, especially me as Aquarius. I'm super sensitive, and I feel athletes' emotions, and I have sleepless nights sometimes. Now I'm controlling the time I've got available because I don't train as much as I used to.
You're still going to Kona this year, aren't you? So,
and
you qualified.
I tried to qualify last year in Italy. I wanted to qualify, and then I didn't qualify. And then South Africa, I was like, okay, I'm just going to roll the dice. I didn't prepare as much as I wanted to. And then I qualified.
Second or third?
Third, yeah. I was second for quite some time though, and then the last 5Ks, a monkey jumped on my back. So, and I knew.
Is that the story you're rolling with?
I knew it's going to happen because I know exactly where the fitness was lagging, and I was right. So we need to get him strong as possible to hold the form and basically keep the technique on a fatigue. So that is the main goal for him.
It's the load management, risk management, like you said, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the idea is that he will be able to swim decent and then have a strong bike within himself and give himself space, because these guys that will run 250s high in this age group for sure.
Yeah.
Even me, I will probably run sub 3. So that's the ballpark that you need to be at these days for age group. You need to run sub 3 at least. And depending on the bike course, 430, 440. With his size, he probably needs a bike 420, 425, and then run the sub 3 hours.
It's good that everything's happened the way it has. It's good that these weaknesses have been exposed now, because it means that we can target all these little weaknesses with G and Snyman, and I personally believe we're going to get back stronger 100%. And I know I'm not designed to be an amazing runner, but I believe we can do some damage. I'm committed to that process, so whatever the boss says, we do. What do you think needs to happen? I know you said load management, risk management, but obviously my running form's getting a lot better about striking under my body and being able to be a lot more conditioned and durable in the medius minimus. But what about weight? Like, what does it need to look like for us to at least compete in the run?
So we did the DEXA scan, so we know what we can take off, and your body fat was like 16 or 15.6 or something, so you can get to 10. Yeah. It's possible.
So what weight do you think that's going to be around?
For your length, 85, 86, it won't be that light. I mean, it's not light, it's for your size, it's very light, but it's...
Well, it's 86, 87, I think, yeah. And we're about mid-90 now.
Yeah, but it will come.
Okay.
Once we do long runs, which we haven't done, and you don't want to lose weight too early, because then your immune system drops again. So, so it's going to take a bit of time to get there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're off, yeah?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. Good luck.
I'll jump in maybe tomorrow morning at the bike, just one lap.
You want me there, yeah? I train with normal.
We will, so based on this, we'll finish this week as planned, and then based on this, we'll start picking the next bike block. Because a bike block might be different for you. You might not do the Wednesday rides. You might do double bike day, like Wednesday AM, Wednesday PM.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure. Is there a certain block that we're doing now? Is there a new block or is it existing steady block? Or?
Yeah, this one we'll finish off with this round plan that's finishing now with what you've got, and then I think the Snowman as well is something we need to do.
Okay, so 5k it was like 4:10 pace, but it was light. It wasn't. Was it good? Yeah, indoor trade. Yeah, 4k.
Yeah, it's a little bit fast though still.
Yeah. I'm trying to get the 160 cadence. Like that's one.
Forget about the cadence. Just run the natural how you feel.
Okay.
Because your stride should be shorter a little bit when you're doing run-off bikes. Okay. Because you want to be controlled and upright and balanced. If you start doing this stuff, then your lower back's going to kill you by the time you hit 25 k's. So you want to start upright and balanced.
Okay.
That's the only way that you will be injury-free, high volume running. And we'll get to that, hopefully, to that big numbers. For your size, 90, 100 k's is needed. If we'll get this question, but we'll find out.
We will. Anyway, I appreciate your time.
This training now.
Pleasure to see you, mate. Enjoy.
Yeah,
Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you, mate. Right, fuck, that was good fun. So, whatever testing that was, we did it. 4:05, 4 minutes at the top.
Yep.
Solid. I know we can climb that as well. So, let's go. Let's fucking go. What else to say? On to the next.
Yep. See you in the next
Appreciate
clip.
you coming support. Anyone else doing any FTP tests? Let us know what you're doing about it.
I doubt it.
Okay. Hello, welcome back to another vlog. It's the 7th of June, it's a Sunday, and we're at it again. Today is a strength and conditioning session. Dan's going to come and join me, more scapular focus from the work that we're doing with Snyman. Yesterday we had a big bike, 3 hours, you probably see the data on screen right now, really good session. And that was a fat max session. That will make sense just shortly after I explain what's just happened recently from the testing we had with Gerhard. And we got some data back, which I'm going to come over to you right now and show you. So we basically got this report back from G, basically explaining all sorts of what's going on. You'll probably have a clearer image. David will probably put it up. That's our editor. He'll put it on screen right now. And you'll see here, basically, here, what G was trying to point out is that fat max, basically, after 222 watts, I basically heavily start to rely on carbs as the energy source and everything else, which for Ironman over a long-term duration isn't great. Okay, so we're basically trying to manipulate and ultimately improve that. So the Wednesday rides that we have at Maidan are probably going to be fasted moving forward. Our long rides on Saturday, we're going to be probably working towards the cap of threshold 222 watt and staying there and not pushing too much more, even if I want to go and push and do more, and I can do more, it's having the discipline to stay there. So yeah, that's that. So back to the session today is more back to the rehabilitation, the strength and conditioning side of things of what we need to be doing. I'm starting to feel it a little bit more back into the toe anterior again here, so we're supposed to have a run later, but we're going to probably just assess that, see how we go. It's not worth taking any risks after all the rehab and recovery stuff that we've been doing. So there's your update. We're going to get after it, and if you've got any questions, let us know. We'll see you in the gym. The left scapular work that we're doing with Snyman, its whole purpose is to make sure that this whole shoulder is able to take the duration of 3.8 kilometers in the swim. The swimming form and everything else, the speeds, all fine, fantastic. But when we stack the volume, the shoulder's got to be able to take that volume without deteriorating. And that's all coming from the left scapula. So that's stability work that we're doing there. Same with the glute medius and minimus and that weakness around the hip laterally, to trying to improve that. So ultimately when we come off the bike, going into a marathon, we're able to actually complete it and stay durable and be able to do the times that we want to. That's in its simple way of what we're doing. Without that, it's reckless programming. So this is so key for us to keep sticking at. And will be making massive difference for us moving forward. Just sticking to the plan on this, for sure. Right, let's go and train. But that stuff is going to make such a difference from doing the sub 130 splits, the mid 120 splits I want to do swimming, not for 2K, but for 4K. That's what this is. Because going into Ironman training, from 70.3 training to Ironman training, the volume is exponentially higher than what it is right now. If you just stack that volume, you've got to be durable enough. So these are the things that are going to allow me to go and do the volume we need to. Is quite often ignored by athletes. It's the reality. Listeners, don't ignore the boring, shitty stuff like this that doesn't look spectacular at all in anything, but is everything for the bigger picture. Inside the gym, we couldn't film everything. Hence why we're back here. You probably saw a bit, but ultimately we were stopped. We couldn't record everything. Anyway, regardless, the vlog is done. We've done the S&C, we've done the training this week. We're doing really well. Ironman's great. Happy days. Next week, we're going to do S&C, which you're going to see, and you're also going to see Dr. Sinoj. He's going to stretch me and put me in all different types of positions, which you can watch me see. It's going to be really entertaining. It's going to be really fun. So you should subscribe, like, and comment, and we'll leave it there. See you later.